I gained access to the Lost Library of Alexandria. Welcome to Shut Eye Theater. In a crazy dream I had, I and two other individuals gained access to the Lost Library of Alexandria. Or is it really lost? You see, the Lost Library of Alexandria is a library that spans all time with information, and it shows up to those that are worthy. Back during the Pharaoh's days, there's some individuals that were worthy and were able to use the information for good. Hence why they have buildings and structures that still stand to this day, and we have no idea how they built them. But eventually, someone used that information for their own personal gain, to, well, rule, as you can say. This happened time and time again in history, with Alexander the Great, with some of the empires in China, and so on and so forth, where people gained access and then lost it because they used it for their personal gain. Now, me and two other individuals, we were down on our luck. We were working in a diner because we needed to get some money to take care of our families. So we were just waiters, taking care of people and serving them. We were tested to see if we were worthy. It's a simple test, you see. $20 bill dropped. Someone forgot their purse. A ring was lost. Each one was a particular problem for each of us. Mine, $20 bill dropped. Picked up, handed it to the person that dropped it. Purse was the waitress, Catherine. Well, handing it back without rifling through it first to see if there's spare gum or anything. And the ring, BJ's, he picked it up, saw that it was lost, put a note on the side, and called a few of the customers that he thought might have belonged to. We all passed the library's test. And as we walked out the door at the end of our shifts, we found ourselves not in the parking lot, but in a grand library. In the lobby of this library, there was a huge banner that spanned across the whole wall. On this banner was every individual that's ever been given granted access to that library. I saw Einstein, Disney, a few other great figures that I recognized. Some I didn't, but their clothing seemed like they would have been from historical time eras. And on there was us three. We just entered. How would we already be on there? You see, this library was all time. Now, as we're going in, rifling through different sections, I was particularly intrigued by the futuristic books that still opened like a book, but the information was more readily downloaded than you just reading it. Very nice. As we're going through things, all the lights turned off. You see, the library wasn't done with its test. We had access, but we didn't have quite the ability to check out until one more test. This test was, well, to see if we could deal with a version of our future selves that would use the information for wrong reasons. BJ's was the easiest to deal with. We came across his futuristic version very quickly. BJ knew himself well and realized if he ever was to do anything for himself, his family would suffer. And so convincing his future self that it's not worth destroying his family was very easy to do. Catherine was a problem, though. Hers, man, she had a wicked plan. Trying to figure it out was part of the problem. See, she wanted to not just gain access to the information, but she wanted to develop companies that would, in one way or another, influence and control information, much like other dictators did in the past. It's a very dangerous road to go down, and trying to convince her that people's free choice was the best choice of all, because it allowed freedom to grow, freedom to gain access to all the things that we need. That freedom is key in the future, but it was hard to convince her future self. That is what is most important. Now me, I was scared. See, I knew what I was most attracted to in the library, the future information, and I know my mind is quite imaginative and able to come up with a lot of different things. I could see what I would be attracted to. But much like BJ, I also knew that yes, I perspire to great things, but I wouldn't want to risk my family. So I knew whichever path I'd be going down would involve trying to do something better for my family. The key is to figure out whatever that path was, is that trying to do it for my family at the great loss of the world is not worth it. The problem is that we never found out what that plan was. Trying to find me was a problem in this library, and I woke up before I did. It's a crazy dream being able to walk through a library. I love libraries. I love bookstores. I love books. So it's very fun to be in a library of historical relevance of the Library of Alexandria. And it was fun to see a possible path of that. The information I was able to go through, which obviously I don't remember, was very fun. Very, very fun dream. Have you ever had a crazy dream of possible legends actually being true and leading to crazy adventures? Let me know in the comments. And if I ever have this dream continuation of, I'll let you know. But until then, sweet dreams.